The 50-30-20 rule, a simple budgeting strategy for financial success. Budgeting can be a daunting task for many individuals. It can be difficult to know where to start, what categories to prioritize, and how to allocate funds effectively. That's where the 50-30-20 rule comes in, a simple and popular budgeting strategy that has gained traction in recent years. In this presentation, we'll take a look at the history and evolution of the 50-30-20 rule, as well as its perspective and critics. The 50-30-20 rule was introduced by Elizabeth Warren, a Harvard law professor. She presented this strategy in her book All Your Worth, The Ultimate Lifetime Money Plan, co-authored with her daughter, Amelia Warren Tyagi. The book was first published in 2005 and has since become a bestseller. The rule is straightforward: 50% of your income should be allocated to necessities such as housing, utilities, groceries, and transportation. 30% should be dedicated to discretionary spending such as entertainment, dining out, and travel. The remaining 20% should be put towards savings and debt repayment. Determine your after-tax income. The first step in using the 50-30-20 rule is to determine your after-tax income. This is the amount of money you have left after taxes and other deductions are taken out of your paycheck. Once you know your after-tax income, you can calculate how much money you should allocate to each category. Allocate 50% to necessities. The first category in the 50-30-20 rule is necessities. These are the expenses that you can't live without, such as housing, food, transportation, utilities, and insurance. To determine how much money you should allocate to this category, add up all of your necessary expenses and make sure they don't exceed 50% of your after-tax income. If your necessary expenses exceed 50%, you may need to make some changes. Look for ways to reduce your expenses, such as downsizing your home or finding a cheaper car. You can also look for ways to increase your income, such as taking on a part-time job or negotiating a raise. Allocate 30% to discretionary spending. The second category in the 50-30-20 rule is discretionary spending. This includes things like entertainment, dining out, hobbies, and vacations. While these expenses aren't necessary, they can improve your quality of life and help you avoid burnout. To determine how much money you should allocate to this category, add up all of your discretionary expenses and make sure they don't exceed 30% of your after-tax income. If your discretionary expenses exceed 30%, you may need to make some changes. Look for ways to reduce your expenses, such as cutting back on dining out or finding cheaper hobbies. Allocate 20% to savings and debt repayment. The final category in the 50-30-20 rule is savings and debt repayment. This includes things like emergency savings, retirement savings, and paying off debt. To determine how much money you should allocate to this category, subtract your necessary and discretionary expenses from your after-tax income and make sure you're allocating at least 20% of the remaining amount to savings and debt repayment. If you're not currently saving or paying off debt, it may be difficult to allocate 20% of your income to this category. Start small by setting aside a small amount each month and gradually increase it over time. Monitor your spending. Once you've determined how much money you should allocate to each category, it's important to monitor your spending to make sure you're sticking to your budget. Keep track of your expenses using a budgeting app or spreadsheet and review your budget regularly to identify areas where you can cut back. Adjust your budget as needed. As your income and expenses change over time, it's important to adjust your budget accordingly. Review your budget regularly and make adjustments as needed to ensure you're on track to achieve your financial goals. In short, the 50-30-20 rule is a simple and effective budgeting method that can help you achieve financial success. By allocating 50% of your income to necessities, 30% to discretionary spending, and 20% to savings and debt repayment, you can live within your means while still enjoying the things you love. Remember to monitor your spending and adjust your budget as needed to ensure you're on track to achieve your financial goals. However, the 50-30-20 rule has also faced some criticism. Some argue that it may not be suitable for individuals with high levels of debt or those living in expensive cities. Additionally, it doesn't account for variations in income levels and doesn't offer much guidance on how to prioritize expenses within the different categories. Another potential limitation of the 50-30-20 rule is that it may not work for everyone's financial situation. For example, some individuals may have different priorities when it comes to spending and saving. Some may prioritize saving for a down payment on a house or paying off student loans over discretionary spending. Despite these criticisms, the 50-30-20 rule has gained popularity as a simple and effective budgeting strategy. It has been embraced by financial experts and individuals alike, and many have found success in using it as a guide to their personal finances. In conclusion, the 50-30-20 rule has evolved into a popular and accessible budgeting strategy that has helped many individuals achieve financial success. While it may not be suitable for everyone's financial situation, it offers a simple and flexible approach that can serve as a helpful starting point for anyone looking to take control of their finances. I am going to leave you with that joke of one of my old friend. I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too hot. She looked surprised. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button.